What's up, Joe fans? Mr. 1013 here with another review. This time we're going to check out G.I. Joe Classified Series figure number 201. We have the Cobra Overkill figure, and his first time in Classified Series form. I did have him originally in the Real American Hero version. Pretty cool character back then. Let's take a look at him now. Let's see how he fares in the Classified Series form. So looks a lot better in hand. This is one of the figures that was probably not my favorite out the wave that was announced. It was good to see he was announced. Cool. Could throw him in there with the bats maybe, but this green is kind of throwing the figure off for me. I get that the green was a part of the original Overkill, but it had like a translucent effect. You could see like the insides of it, if I recall correctly. Let's talk about the head sculpt though. You do have a removable faceplate now, and the head sculpt looks really good under there. You got some nice detailing on the scars. Let's see if we can track it better. We do have some better, there we go, some good stuff with the face sculpt. The eyes, you can see the scarring over the eyes. His eye has like a yellow and red hit to the iris and everything, and then you have a regular eye there. Some nice detailing with the textures on the skin as well. We got that two-face kind of grin on his face, or you know what I'm saying, that gnarly looking, you know, mouth right there. That sounds crazy, but anyway, looking more at the figure. So again, looks a lot better in hand than it did in the mock-ups and in the online. But we got some nice moving parts here. We got some gold plastic, similar to the Cobra Commander armor figure, with the plastic not being painted, but more or less just use the color of the plastic. So I mean, this is pretty solid, pretty good. So it gives more of a almost a bronze kind of vibe to it, or a copper. So that looks really good. I mean, it kind of makes sense with the circus coming down. Again, nice detailing up here. Moving down to the figure, you get some nice detailing there as well. You saw me messing with the shoulder pads a little bit, so they do have some movement, some left and right movement, or some back and forth movement right there. As far as articulation goes, head does a full 360. Arms do have butterflies in there. Shoulders do go up. You can go up these. New move with it, so but I mean, you get up to about right there. Double jointed, pinless elbows and knees. We got the drop hinges down there. Got the thigh cuts right here. I like when they have them hidden like that. That's super dope. Again, pretty solid out the box with as far as the stiffness of the figure. Pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Not too loose or anything. So overall, a solid figure as well. Going to a little bit of his accessories, and we can include this one. You can open up the chest right here, which is pretty cool. Plop out the blaster. And they do have portholes in there, so you probably can put like some blast effects in there. Pop that back in. It could have done like a little bit more detailing. You know what I mean? I noticed a lot of new parts on this guy, and it's kind of like all like flat paints. You don't have any like detailing like with the brush effects or anything like that on this guy. I'm sorry about articulation too. We do have a cut down here, like right at the we would call it like a boot cut, but right here at the top, and then you can also, his feet does have rockers on there, and you can pivot them, and his wrist as well. So just wanted to mention that. Again, solid figure, man. A little bit more impressed having him in hand versus not, but let's get to some of his accessories as well. Again, I stated before, he does come with a faceplate with the open eye, so I'll definitely like that. He has a little gripping bar. So this is some nice gold paint. There you go. I'm sorry. This is some nice gold paint on this thing. It does have articulation now. Let's see. This paint could have probably went on on the figures, you know, just to give it that little bit of shine. It's not too much of a difference, but you could definitely tell, like when the light hit it, that this has a little bit more prestige to it with the paint. Then he also has his blaster right here that goes on his wrist. Again, all solid red paint, not too much detailing on there, no articulation on it. And he has this heated blade, or he has see like the pink on here. You can just replace his hand with one of the blades. And he has his super blaster. It's just a big piece of plastic. Definitely remind you of the 90s from the original figure. Has a little pink beam in there. See some energy down here as well. No articulation on it. So there you pretty much have it for his accessories. And let's see how this faceplate fits on here. So there's no hooks or pins or anything on it. It just basically goes right on top of the mask. And surprisingly, it fits. Well, see, I was about to give it some some credit. So surprisingly, it still fits pretty good though, and that looks really good on him. As you can see, it's not coming off. With even that, with it not being pinned or anything on there, it does stay put. So that's pretty cool. So again, it's cool that he has the face sculpt under there, but an Overkill, he had his mask on original, so I'm definitely keeping the mask on as well. I don't know if I want to put like a little bit of tape or something just back there to keep it put once he get on display, because I definitely don't want to lose it. But that is pretty much it. Let's take his hands out. Pop that out. We can pop a blade in here so you can see how that looks. Really good. And let's see, we can pop this hand out and replace it with the claw, like so. So there you have a look at him with both accessories attached. And then if you want to pop that out, you can pop this over the wrist. I don't think it really matters which wrist you put this on. And then you can pop the hand back on here. Let's do the right hand. You can pop that back on like so. So now, you know, he has his blaster on his wrist. So those are pretty cool, you know what I mean? And again, if you want to remove that, as you can tell, the hands are secured when you pin them back in, so you don't have to worry about those dropping out. I'm going to pop that back in. I'm going to take this back out. Put this back in as well. Bang. And let's take a look at Overkill's box art. So here you have it. You got your standard Cobra G.I. Joe classified Cobra Overkill, nice shot of Overkill on the side right there. G.I. Joe 201 on the back, you get a nice shot of Overkill up close to that head sculpt, up close to the open chest with the blaster. He's in the middle of the city tearing things down. I would have liked to see some bats or something in the background. That'd have been cool. Got his icons on the side, icons down the line here. Another shot of Overkill and the QR code. And that is pretty much it for Overkill. Let me know what you guys think, man. Again, it looks a lot better in hand, just with the detailing on everything and just being able to see. I wish there would have been like some dust scratches or some type of weathering or something on the armor pieces just to give them a little bit more depth. But other than that, again, a solid figure. I'm glad to see him in classified. Going to pose him with some of the bats and everything. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you for checking out the videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, everything. I'll catch you guys on the next review. Until then, peace.